Hello everyone, you are welcome to today's class. In this class, we want to look at installment buying, which is also referred to as a hire purchase. So, what is installment buying or hire purchase? It's a method of paying for goods that you have to you pay it on a regular basis for a period of time. That's why I said it's a method of paying for goods over an agreed period of time. But there are some conditions to it. The first thing is that if you want to buy goods that you want to pay for anything you want to, you don't have money, you don't have enough cash to buy a particular item. So there are some sellers, they allow you to buy on hire purchase, or you buy it on installment buying. So, but you have to pay a deposit, maybe 20% of the original price, or 15%, 10%, depending on the seller. So you have to pay a deposit first, then the remaining amount, and they will not add extra money on top of it. Instead of if you are paying by, if you have cash with you, maybe it is 20,000 naira. Now, because you are paying in installments, so they might say, okay, the price installment price is 30,000 naira. So that 10,000 naira on top of it is for their own profit, which you also refer as interest, right? So if you pay, let's say you pay 5,000 naira out of the 30,000 naira, right? So it remains 25,000 naira. So this 25,000 naira will now be spread over an agreed period of time. So it will be 6 months, it will be 1 year, it will be 5 years, and so on. So it depends. So this is what we call hire purchase or installment buying. Is that clear? So let's now look at examples on how to solve questions on hire purchase or installment buying. Alright, this is the first question here. A computer can be bought for a cash price of 120 naira or on hire purchase. We have two options. Either if you have cash with you, you pay 120,000 naira, or on hire purchase, that is on installment, for a deposit of 20%. That is, you are going to pay a deposit. Since you don't have enough cash with you, you cannot afford 120,000 naira. So you are going to pay 20% of 120,000 naira and 25 monthly installment of 4,800. I will be paying 4,820 naira for 25 months. For 25 months, plus this will be the price of the computer on hire purchase. So the customer asks us to find the deposit. How much will that customer deposit? Then the installment price. What would then be the installment price? Everything plus the deposit installment price. Then the amount of interest paid on it. So which means we're going to look at what is different between this cash price and the hire purchase price, that is installment price. The same thing here, they can also call it hire purchase price. Exactly. So let's look at it. The solution. So the first thing is to find the deposit. So the deposit has been given that is 20% of the original price. So that will be deposit. We then do 20% times 120,000 naira. So 0 cancel 0. So you are left with 2 times 12, that is 24. Then 1 0 here, add it. How many zeros here? 2 zeros. So that means the deposit is 24,000 naira. Is that clear? Then the installment price. So the first thing, we need to calculate the monthly installment before we add this to it. So since the person will be paying 4,820 naira for 25 months, that means 25 times 4,820, which will give us, so let's calculate that, 25 multiplied by 4,820, so that gives 120,000. So that is 120,500. So for that 25 months, this is what it's going to pay. So then installment price will be the deposit plus the monthly installment. So installment price is what? Deposit plus monthly installments, total monthly installments, right? So that is going to be 24,000 plus 120,500, and that will give us 144,500. I hope I'm making sense. So this is the installment price. Now the C part, which asks us to find the amount of interest paid. That is, we want to get the difference between the installment price and the cash price. So interest now will be installment price minus cash price, so which is 144,500 minus what? 120,000. So that is going to be 24,500. I hope this is very clear. So we look at the next question. Alright, this is the second example. So the hire purchase price of a video camera is 30,500. This one, they did not even tell us the cash price. So we give you the hire purchase price, which is 30,500 now. Now 20% is paid as a deposit. That is, 20% of this is paid as a deposit, and the remaining is spread over 16 months. Hope that is clear. So like after you remove 20% from this, whatever you have left will now be spread over 16 months, and this will be divided by 16. That will give us each monthly installment. So the question asks us to find this. So how much is the deposit? Then how much remains to be paid? So when you do that, is when you remove the deposit, how much will be remaining? Then see how much is this is how much is each monthly installment. So that is what this question is all about. So let's look at the solution. Alright, the first one is to calculate the deposit. The deposit, which is 20% of 30,000. 20% multiplied by what? 30,500 naira. So 0, we cancel what? 0 here. So let's multiply this 305 multiplied by what? 20. That is 0, 0, 0, 1, then 6. So that is 6,100. So that means the deposit is what? 6,100, right? So that is the deposit. That is 20 multiplied by 305, right? So B asks us to find how much remains to be paid. So we need to remove the deposit from this. So it remains remaining amount to be paid. To be equal to 30,500 minus 6,100. So let's subtract that. So 30,000 30,500 minus 6,100. So that gives 24,400. So this is after removing the deposit. So this is what will be left for the customer to be paid for how many months? 16 months. So how much will the customer pay per month? That's what she's asking. So each monthly installment will then be equal to this 24,400. Since it's for 16 months, you divide by 16. So if it is for 1 year, you divide by 12. If it's for 6 months, you divide by 6, depending on the agreement between the customer and the seller. So in that case, we divide this by what? By 16. So that will give us our final answer here. So that is going to be 24,400 divided by 16, and that gives 1,525 naira. So which means the customer will be paying 1,525 naira for 16 months. So that is that on hire purchase and installment buying. So if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification bell, so anytime I receive videos like this, you'll be able to get notification of it, and you can benefit from it and on time. And if you find this video useful and helpful, don't forget to give us a big thumb up and share the videos with your loved one. So we're going to meet in our next class. Bye for now.